And welcome to Penguins TV. I hope you're all doing well tonight. Tonight, of course, the Pittsburgh Penguins have been eliminated, so we're not quite as Penguin-centric here. But the writing's on the wall and all this. But tonight, the recap is about the Montreal Canadiens at the Winnipeg Jets. And it was a wild game. It ended with a very, very scary play. We'll get into that in a bit. First things first, let's cover the stats, and we will get to all that. But it was an interesting game. It was a 5-3 Montreal Canadiens win. Not what I expected at all. Wild first period. 4 goals in the first. 1 disallowed. Would have been 5. Carey Price gave up 2 in the third. Connor gave up 1 in the third. We ended up with 8 goals. 1 disallowed would have been 9. I did not expect to see these goalies give up 7 goals and 1 empty net. So let's get into it. We're going to cover team stats, and then we'll go from there, okay? Hope you're enjoying the playoff hockey. I know I am. I can't get enough of it. You know, it's funny. I love my Penguins, and I want them to win, but there's a release, and there's a relaxation that comes when they do get bounced. Yes, I get grumpy, and yes, I'm mad, and sometimes it lasts longer than others, but when they're gone, I'm not worried about it anymore. I'm not worried about, you know, stressing about the next game, and I'm not, you know what I mean? So yeah, I want them to win the cup, and yeah, I want them to go all the way every year, but when they do get bounced, along with the frustration of being bounced and what happens, I also get this calm where I can just say, you know what, man, I can just sit back and enjoy hockey games. You know, like right now over there, I've got Colorado and Vegas on, and I just finished Winnipeg and Montreal, and I can just enjoy it. I don't have to worry about the Penguins tomorrow. I don't have to think about them, so such is life being a hardcore fan, right? Okay, let's get into the team stats here. Final score, Montreal 5, Winnipeg 3, in front of 500 healthcare workers that have been vaccinated in Winnipeg. Game 1 tonight. Shots on goal, Montreal Canadiens 33, Winnipeg Jets 30. Hits, 24 for the Habs. Habs are Montreal Canadiens, the Habitants, okay? And the Winnipeg Jets, 42. So they almost doubled them in hits. Face-offs won, 27 Montreal, 25 for the Jets. Power play opportunities. The Montreal Canadiens were 1 for 4. So that's good for their power play. Nothing wrong with that. The Jets were 0 for 3, and you could call that the difference. Okay. Short-handed goals. The Jets have 1. Adam Lowry, just a beautiful goal in the first period. I'll tell you all about that in a few minutes when we go through the scoring summary. It was a treat. I'll tell you all about that. Total penalties. Well, the Jets ended up with 21 minutes and the Habs ended up with 6. But there's a reason the Jets ended up with 21, and it happened with a minute left. And I'm going to get into that as well. I know I'm going to cover a lot of things later, but I'm just deciding how to best do this video on the fly, which is what I do. I usually go through stats first, and I'll tell you about those plays because they were pretty cool. Block shots, 11 for Montreal, 9 for Winnipeg. Takeaways, 9 for Montreal, 8 for Winnipeg. Giveaways, 6 for Montreal, 14 for Winnipeg. You could also call that the difference. So, let's get into, let's see here, what am I looking at here? Team stats. Okay, first period, 3:30 into the game. Jesperi Kotkaniemi on a redirect right in front of the net. His 4th of the playoffs, assisted by Gustafsson, his 2nd assist, and Jeff Petry's 2nd assist. Hellebuyck had no chance. Okay, just a nice goal. 2 minutes later, at 5:10 of the first period, Eric Staal, and was that a power play goal? No, it wasn't. Eric Staal from Joel Edmondson. Eric Staal's first, Joel Edmondson's first assist, Corey Perry's 3rd assist. Just a great pass from Corey Perry coming out this way. Puts it on Eric Staal's stick. No chance for Hellebuyck. So we're 5:10 into the game, and it's already 2-0 Montreal, and you're just like, what's going on if you're a Jets fan, right? Like, what's going on? Then at 11:52, with the Habs, the Canadiens, excuse me, on the power play, you're like, oh man, they're down 2-0, and now a power play. They go down 3-0 here. This thing could be over early. But Adam Lowry busted up a play at the point and got away from the defender and outskated the defender chasing him and the defender coming from their side. It's just enough to call it a small mini breakaway and backhanded through 5-hole on Carey Price through the legs, if you don't know what that means. And it was a great goal. That made it 2-1. Changed the whole game because it was a shorthanded goal. The Canadiens were on a power play in 5-on-4. The Jets only had 4 guys on the ice, and they got this goal, turned the whole game around. But then 8 minutes later, at 17-14 in the first period, by the way, the Adam Lowry goal was unassisted, and it was his first of the playoffs. Nick Suzuki at 17-14 scored his 3rd of the playoffs from Cole Caulfield, his second assist, and Joel Edmond's second assist as well. So at the end of the first, it's 3-1 Montreal, and you're like, what's going on here? These two goaltenders have given up 4 goals. Like, what's going on here? It was a wild and wacky first period. It was uneven, and I didn't know what to think of it. I knew the Jets would be better in the second, and they were. In the second period, there was nothing. It was a much more even game. But then in the third, things got a little wonky. Now, 9:22 into the third period, Derek Forbort, a defenseman, scored his first for the Jets from Pierre-Luc Dubois, his third assist, and Josh Morrissey's fourth assist. And it was just a great shot. Picked the top right corner while Price was sliding this way with a defender in between them. So I don't know that Price saw it. And while he was sliding one way, Forbort picked the far corner that way. Just a nice goal. Very well done from about 30 feet out, I would say. Then, 2 minutes later, 11:04, Brendan Gallagher scored his second of the playoffs. It was a power play, assisted by Petrie, his third, and Shea Weber's first. Now, why is this one interesting? Well, it was a bit of a break, and it looked like Hellebuck had stopped the puck. And he was in a butterfly, and he thought he had it in between his pads, but the puck was actually just outside his left pad, and Gallagher came in and just punched it in. All of a sudden, it's 4-2 Canadiens. You're like, this one's over. Carey Price is not giving up 2 goals in the last 8 minutes. Forget about it, right? But then, at 18-18 on a 6-on-5 with a pulled goalie, Winnipeg does it. Just a gorgeous one-timer by Kyle Corner. Just a gorgeous hair-trigger goal. Great pass by Ehlers, his first assist. Neil Ponick's fourth assist, and Kyle Connor's third goal. Gorgeous goal at 18-18. All of a sudden, it's 4-3. And you're like, wow. They have 1 minute and 42 seconds here to score the equalizer at 6-on-5. So, at 19:03, something very interesting happens. And it was hard to watch. It was in the same type of disturbing as the John Tavares hit 2 weeks ago, where Corey Perry's knee went through John Tavares. Maybe just shy of that disturbing, but right there. What happened is it was a 6-on-5 for the Jets, and they had the puck in the Montreal zone. And the puck squirted out quite quickly. And it was going all the way down the other end. And Jake Evans from Montreal booted out of the zone. And he was way ahead of anyone else. And he got all the way down behind the Jets net to retrieve the puck. And went around to wrap it in for a goal. Because the Jets didn't have a goaltender. It was 6-on-5, right? But as he was coming around the net to bury it, just as soon as it came off his stick and went into the net, Mark Scheiffle, who had been skating from 150 feet away, all the way from the Canadiens' defensive zone, just annihilates the kid. Now, I don't know Mark Scheiffle to be a dirty injury, going after injury type players. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn there, but I've never known him to be that way, but maybe I'm wrong. But I've never seen that from him. But what he did is it looked like there was upward motion when he hit the kid. And because Jake Evans was so vulnerable, it's just a very unusual play. You got to remember, when the kid's coming around the net and he's going like this to put it into an empty net, and he's focusing like that, he's completely vulnerable. Completely vulnerable. Now, what's unique about that is he's doing a wraparound on an empty net. Okay, it doesn't happen all the time. But Mark Scheiffle skating from 150 feet away from the other end of the ice to hit a guy as he's vulnerable putting into the net, that is unique. Okay, I don't remember the last time I saw it. I don't know if I've ever seen it. It just seemed odd. In the way like the John Tavares play, I've never seen that injury before. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. It was really nasty. It was really scary. Like I said, just shy of how scary the Tavares injury was. So here's what happens. He gets cleaned, and after you watch the replay a few times, it is quite evident that Scheiffle hits him with an upward motion with his shoulder, his arm and his shoulder into the face of a completely unprepared kid who was just finishing a goal to end the game, to make it 5-3 with a minute left, to put it away. And he gets devastated. And as the kid gets hit so hard, he spins around in the air and he hits the ice. And his head was the point of contact with the shoulder, and it appeared his head was the point of contact with the ice. I believe he was knocked out when he hit the ice. He didn't move. Now, here's the good news. He didn't move his left arm when he was on the ice for 10-12 minutes. He didn't move his left leg. So the guy's alive. But there was 12 or 14 people out there picking him up off the ice. Okay, there was like 9 paramedics. As soon as he hit the ice, man, there was paramedics coming out there. Okay, it was bad. Scheiffle was ejected 5 minutes for charging, as well he should be, and he is going to be suspended. The question is how long. If it's 2 games, it's a joke. If it's anything less than 4 games, it's a joke. I think it should be 6 games. That's the remainder of the series, okay? And that way, if the Jets win the series faster, then it'll be into the next series. I think it's going to be 4 games. I hope it's 6. You want to take those plays out of hockey. That was just devastating. Sorry, that's the cat down there playing with... Hi, Grissom. He's down there playing with the scratching post. So it was a devastating, terrifying hit. It was scary. If you haven't had a chance to see it, go watch it unless you're squeamish. There wasn't any blood or anything, but it was just, the kid was gone. As soon as you could see him get hit, I think he was out cold before he hit the ice, and then he didn't move. Like I said, the good news is you saw him moving his arm, you saw him moving his leg, and after about 10 minutes, they got him onto the board, they got him onto the stretcher, and they got him out of there. It was really scary. Mark Scheiffle got ejected. Minimum 4 games, in my opinion. I hope they don't mess it up and say less than that. There's Grissom, the kitty right here. Want to say hi, Grissom? There's Grissom right there. Say hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Okay, I'll put you back there. So that was really scary. Let's hope the kid's okay, because it doesn't look like he is. Okay, it doesn't look like he's okay. John Tavares is out skating now 2 weeks later. Let's hope the same can be said for Jake Evans. So, what do we know about this? Chances are, both those players have been lost from the majority of the series. Now, from an on-ice production point of view, that hurts the Jets way worse. Jake Evans, you wish him the best and everything. Mark Scheiffle, you could argue, is the Jets' most important player not named Connor Hellebuck. Okay, he's their top-line center, and it'll be a huge loss for them. They're going to lose him minimum 2 games, maybe 4, maybe 6, I don't know. So tell me what you think down below. Go watch the hit, and don't go watch it if you're queasy, but if you can handle stuff like that, it was quite a hit. This was a really fun game to watch. I really enjoyed it. The first period was a little wonky, but I enjoyed it. And, well, there's more videos coming. As you can see, I've got the writing on the wall here. There's Penguins videos coming to my mind. And I really appreciate you checking out the channel. If there's anything else you'd like to see, if you want to ask me about anything, about any team in the NHL, I have opinions about all of them. And enjoy the playoffs. I'll be back soon. Thanks for your subscriptions. Thanks for your time. If you haven't gotten your vaccine yet, go get your vaccine. I got mine last Friday, and I'm terrified of needles. And you know what? It felt like this. It felt like someone just went like that, and it was done. Right? Was my arm a little sore for a few days? Yeah, nothing crazy. Not as bad as if someone punched me in the arm, right? So go get your vaccine. Be good to each other. Take care of each other, and take care of yourself, I guess. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.